Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Stan from Stanny G Tech, and I'm here to make kind of like a little vlog and tell you about one YouTuber slash TikToker slash well, he's also on Snapchat and Instagram. His name is Levi Cauldwell, and he has a younger brother named Benjamin Cauldwell. So pretty much, the story is that I've been friends with Levi for over 2 years. I've been supporting him. Yeah, not as big as other people he has on the TikTok who give like hundreds of dollars to him. Like every single battle, somebody could give 250, somebody could give 500, somebody maybe 1,000. But I've been always there for him. I've been his friend, been supporting him, especially knowing that he is a Christian and I'm a Christian. I was happy to have such a Christian brother, who was always seemed to be passionate, seemed to be kind, seemed to be friendly, um, and seemed to be a person who cares and a person whom you could come and talk to when you feel down, when you feel bad. His smile, his facial expressions would make you feel better. But unfortunately, just fame and money and a lust of the flesh, unfortunately, that overtops his ability to be spiritually nice. And for the past couple of months, he's been so spoiled with gifts, with money, with all this fame and glory he has from all these supporters and subscribers and whatnot. I am subscribed to him. I am his super fan on TikTok. I would say, I've been supporting him the max of my ability I could. Sometimes even go into the negative balance on my cards. I would give the last, uh, the last what I have, to in order to help him win the battle. Not in order to show myself off, like hey, I give like a galaxy or something, but in order to win the battle. So, and Levi has been teaching me a lot of things about TikTok and stuff like that, how things work, how gifts work, and everything. Like, I appreciated that part. But recently, it came a time where I just asked them kind of like an honest question regarding the levels, or regarding the what should I call it? Like a the way he treats people, pretty much the way he like rewards people. Let's say that way. I'm not sure what's the proper term to say, but on TikTok platform, there is some such thing as emote. So pretty much you can customize your emotes to be whatever you want. If you're a creator, you can make emotes, and they would either have some kind of symbols on it, or some kind of words on it, or like a special stickers that people can use to kind of like shout out somebody, or kind of give somebody a cheer or whatnot. And unfortunately, TikTok has limited amount of those emotes that you could do, and I know some creators choose to do emotes with the names of people who actually participate and who actually like so called a bubble, or like a gifters and stuff like that. They write their names, and when the people play, and when the team wins, you can use that emote to shout that person out again and again, giving them like a sort of like reward for like a thanks message, like, oh wow, you're so awesome, thank you so much for helping. um and I used to have a sticker with Levi, like emote, and it was good, because sometime back I used to have more clients than I have right now, and I used to have some money set aside. But unfortunately, right now I'm in debts, and I have a lot of debts to pay, and college loans and everything. So my ability to gift not that it ceased. I mean, I still do the best I can. And I'm not just doing like, coming on the stream and they're just throwing just whatever, just to throw it out. No, I'm using my resources wisely. So, for example, if I see that we need certain gift to win and to overlap the opponent's score, I would do that. And like I would effectively throw a gift knowing that it does something positive, in other words. So I could not spam those gifts like some people do when they have like millions of dollars laying around, like spam, spam, spam. But I would throw like one or two or three gifts and appear in this bubble. So I do qualify. I would qualify for that criteria of being in a bubble. As far as coming first to the stream, I've been almost on all of his streams. Coming first, one of the first people on the stream. And I felt like, in the beginning, I felt like Levi is one of those people who always care about, mostly about the people who come and just, enjoy his TikTok live and just chill there, just like friends, just like hanging out, the family. And I would always go in Discord and say, hi, family, hello, family, good morning, family, whatever. Because I treat it as everybody as family, honestly. So, and that's at least what one of the Christian principles is: you love your neighbor, and you get to know people and you love your neighbor. So recently, what happened was when I don't know how, but we started talking about those emotes again. And since I had an emote, and then Levi explained to me way back that, hey, since you're not able to give right now, how about we can give the emote to somebody else? So we kind of like take the emote and write somebody else's name on it, because I don't have any blank emotes left. So I would have to rearrange a couple emotes around. So in other words, he was doing rotation with emotes. And I was fine with that. I said, dude, that's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I'm not giving right now because I like sharing the emotes, so somebody else could have it. That's fine. Absolutely fine with me, you know. But then, it's been stuck with that somebody. So people were rotating, new people would come, and old people would leave, and all that stuff. So emotes were rotating. But ever since I give out my emote, I was not given the emote back. And one day we started talking about the emotes. One day in January, like at the end of January, and I asked, "Hey Levi, do you think I might get the emote soon? Because remember us talking about it, and that we gonna rotate the emotes." And he's like, well, I don't know. I don't have time to make the emotes, which is understandable. And secondly, he said something that caused me to actually feel offended. He said, well, usually I give out the emotes to people who are big gifters and people who appear in every of my stream, one of the first people, and people who are in the bubbles. Well, I qualified for, let's say, two and a half of those criterias. So I'm not a big gifter. Like, I don't give like 200, hundreds of dollars on gifts, but I give effective gifts. I give effective gifts. Like, in order for us to win, I go and snipe sometimes. I go and participate in, like, collecting gloves and everything, like farming gloves, helping out, coming to stream, one of the first people on the stream, because I have approval of that, because I record every stream, because I might be doing something, I don't want to miss what was going on in the stream, so I screen record the streams. And so I asked Levi. I said, Levi, do you think? And after he said, well, I'll go give to big gifters and blah blah. I said, well, I was one of those gifters, but I said, and I was not that offended at that point. I was inside, but I didn't show him that I was offended, right? And because I understand, I simply went on the server. Next morning, I went on the server, on our Discord server. He added me to Discord server, and I simply said, Levi, yeah, I said something. Consider rotating the emotes, because he was rotating them earlier, And I said, either consider rotating them, or, maybe if it's complicated, maybe you can generalize the emotes, make them look generic, so that it will not offend no one, absolutely no one. I was not only thinking about me, I was thinking about the rest of people who might want to emote, might go in for that, but they're not able to get an emote. So I said, okay, that would be a great technical solution. That, or one of the solutions is to rotate the emotes, take it from some group who, let's say, ask them first. Obviously, you don't want to just take it behind their backs, but ask them, like, hey, do you mind giving up your remote? I'll give it to John, Josh, Bob, Sam, Stan, whatever. And if the person says sure, they like I said sure some time ago, and you would give it out. You would rotate them, and then it rotates back, and that way we stay like a family friendly. All sharing, caring, all that stuff still remains, right? I mean, that sounds fair, right? And all I left, I said, consider rotating or generalizing. Like, if there are so many of us and new people coming, you will not be able to accommodate everybody with those emotes. You can generalize them. You can make generic ones that fit everyone. So I could grab that emote and send it to somebody else, and that would be considered that emote would shout out somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, great job, guy, or great job, man, or something like that, or whatever, or W, or something like that. Generic one that can be done. Also, fair solution, right? You feel the point that I was trying to make. You don't want to feel. You don't want to make You don't want anyone feel left out, being left out. That's the point that I was trying to make. Especially for us Christians, that's important when we're talking about a circle of friends, family. We want everybody be treated the same, and that's the principle of Jesus, as Jesus was saying. Uh, love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? So that's one of the commandments that Jesus gave, right? And I simply, stated that, and that was it. That was it. The chat, not Levi. Levi was probably away. The chat exploded, started bashing at me, and those are your stickers, why you care so much. And I said, I'm not caring about stickers themselves. Stickers are stickers. Today there are stickers, tomorrow there are not stickers. But I'm caring about how, let's say in this particular case, how Levi does see all of us. Sometimes people are getting used and abused, taken advantage of. And I'm one of the people who actually always was going forth for other people, and sometimes I ended up being either scammed or lied to or abused or used or whatever. So I bring up my example, and I'm saying, Levi, honestly, you don't want anybody to feel that. That's wrong. Especially when we are Christians, we want to show the Christian love to people. We want to show Christian respect to people. We want to show this. We don't have to say to people that we are Christians, go to church. I'm a Christian, I go to church. No, we have to represent Christ with our lives, with how we treat others. And that's what, that's what will influence people around us. That's pretty much what I was trying to say. I was trying to give some examples, like if you have a pizza party and you have only 8 slices of pizza and you have, 10 people come over, what you gonna do? What's your solution? Well, either, buy more pizza so that those other two people can have each slice each and then have seconds, or, well, then offer pizza. Offer something that you have enough for everyone, right? Um, and Chad kept on bashing me and on bashing at me and bashing at me. Then what happened, that which I never expected, I was talking to his brother Ben before. Ben seemed to be a nice, lovely, friendly guy. Just as good as Levi. He was always appreciating people who were coming and gifting and becoming super fans. And I'm a super fan at Ben's TikTok and at Levi's TikTok. So they were getting $9.99 each month from me. Besides that, the gifts and everything else. So Ben comes over and starts basically bullying me. Now I do have a video, I think, on my TikTok um, channel, showing the chats how much he was bullying me. I never actually expected that. I thought maybe Ben's account got hacked, but apparently it was Ben. So it was hurting. It was really painful to see. It was not good at all, and well, I was since then I kind of gave it some time, and now like 2 days ago I started talking to Levi. I said, Levi, we gotta talk. We gotta go on Discord or something like that, beyond your life, outside your life when you have time, and talk about those things because those things are really easy to fix. They're not that much big of a deal as your chat might seem to blow it up. Your chat and your brother, this should stop. And if you care about your personality, if you care about the fact that you're a Christian, this needs to stop. And there are Christian ways of resolving things. We could talk, we can, I don't know, if we have to, we can pray at the end, repent, and all that stuff. Everything could be done a Christian way, since you call yourself a Christian. And well, in return, I sent him a couple of scriptures, nice scriptures. He seemed like he liked the scriptures, about hating their brother and allowing the Lord and all that stuff. He continuously started blocking me on his live stream, and that just showed that he got so spoiled with all those cars, with all those fans, with all those friends, unfortunately, that he became ignorant, really cold-hearted person. I'm sorry to say that, but that's not the same Levi I used to know. He puts the mask on. He puts a mask on. I'm a Christian. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this verse in the Bible. He wears the hoodie where it says "Child of God." I said, Levi, look, you wear a hoodie that says you're a child of God. You love the Bible. You like Christianity. You go into church. But the fact that you have unresolved relationship issues, that's also in the Bible. Before anything, you need to resolve the issues. And I sent you the scripture of Jesus teaching that, and still get ignored. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think when you get so up high in something, like whatever it is, like either it's some kind of art or some kind of social media, and you get so popular and you get so like loved and I don't know, like high, you get so, well, say rich. You get everything you want. You get the GTR. You get your dream car. And you forget about those people who actually helped you to get there. You get the new circle of friends who are, some of them are completely bullies, and this is really upsetting. This is really upsetting because you forget how you started with everything. Who was there for you to help you out, to give you advices, to keep you going, to keep you moving, to appear in your lives, to kind of motivating you to not give up, and you kind of forget about them. You don't need those people, and you just trash them. That's what happens, bro. So Levi, if you're watching this, I'm really upset about that. I'm really upset about the fact that you can't even allow yourself to get on Discord and talk to me about that. Talk to me, and we could talk, about this situation and easily resolve it. It was nothing. It was just the ranking. It was just the stickers, as your chat was saying. So we could easily talk about that, and because I can't read your mind, you can't read my mind. So we could sit down and talk and resolve, and I will see your situation, how you see things, happening, and you'll hear my situation, what I suggest, and we'll come up with some solution, some peaceful solutions. That's how Christians resolve problems, right? Not just blocking and hating on somebody and calling somebody names and all that stuff like your brother did. You never called me a single name, but your brother did. So, that's some video out there. So if you guys know Levi, even his former friends who he lived with, They confirmed that it's not the same Levi that it used to be. Happy, peaceful, friendly. He's up high. He's up high right now, and he's like looking on some people from the top, like looking at the bottom. Honestly, that's how it is. Unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, bro. I'm not trying to bully you. I'm trying to open your eyes, for you to see what's going on, and for you to calm down a little. Calm down and remember where things were and become more simple. Because the Bible says that God hates the proud, but God has mercy on the humbled. So something like that. Um, so remember that, bro. And I wish you all the best, and hopefully we talk. All right. God bless. Bye bye.